You've actually had to qualify to be here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. So we are seeing the best of the best in every field, whether it's in the wine show, the fine food show, the pig and poultry, the chooks, or in the equestrian. Well, we welcome our first horse out into the arena for our show jumping competition. And it is great to welcome our Group A Section 1 competitors. And what an amazing competition this has been. We had 5 clean rounds here yesterday in the jump-off competition. And today our course designer, Mr. Werner Deeg, has sent us a class built from 1.50 m to 1.60 m in height. And Lindsay Douglas, quick quiz. How big do they jump at the Olympics?
1.6 metres.
How big are we jumping here today?
I didn't listen to you, so I don't know.
1.6 metres. So we are seeing an international standard of competition here on Good Friday. The length of the course is 78 metres, so 450 metres. The time allowed is 78 seconds. And the winner of the class will be the horse-rider combination with the least number of penalties. If after the first round we have more than one rider in equal first place, then we will go to a jump-off round. So penalties are incurred if a horse and rider alter the height or the width of any of our fences. And they get 4 jumping penalties for a knockdown. They also can incur penalties if they exceed the time allowed of 78 seconds. They can also receive penalties if they jump a fence out of numerical order, or if they exceed the time allowed. Disobedience will pick up 4 jumping penalties. Second disobedience will be elimination. First rider out, we welcome out now Gabrielle KUNA, and she's riding CERA CASSIAGO. She was second here 2 days ago in the first of the Group A competitions, and she also jumped a lovely round here yesterday. Still a relatively new combination. This horse ridden by her partner, Mr. Chris CHUGG, previously. And Gabby and Chris have been producing top horses here in Australia. They've also spent a lot of time in Europe. They are talking about hopping on a plane and heading to the United States in the lead-up to the World Equestrian Games, which will be on in Chiron in America in September of this year. Gabrielle KUNA had not a success here as a young rider not that long ago, and then had a lovely horse, Diamond B Jimmy Choo. She took through to World Cup level. When she sold that horse, we all sort of thought, what's she going to do? And then she bought a horse by the name of Crystalline. That horse was sold after the World Cup final 2 years ago. Hopefully or the last. Great finish to the course. Tough when you have the first fence down. Give her a round of applause. 77.20, just under the time allowed of 78 seconds. 77.20. 8 jumping penalties. No time penalties. A total of 8 for Gabrielle KUNA and CERA CASSIAGO. So our next horse out into the arena, we welcome Russell Johnson, and Russell riding DAPRICE.
We're bringing you the results now of Class 771 from our Junior Equestrian Showcase. Boy and girl rider, 12 years and under 15 years, over there under the Cumberland stand. Congratulations to our winner, catalogue 2546, Coal Beach Hollies Diamond, Kate Kiros from Medindi in South Australia. In second place, catalogue 2526, Elvinara Park Candyman. Congratulations to Jack Jackson of Mount Nathan in Queensland. And third place, catalogue 2452, Show Ray and Phoebe Clifton of Grenfell in New South Wales. Catalogue 2621 in fourth place, Sheraton Art Deco, Maureen Riley of Allansford, Victoria, the exhibitor. In fifth place, catalogue 2639, Coal Beach Flame and Ella Smith of Old Junee. And in sixth place, catalogue 2450, KP Melody. Congratulations to Eloise Clare of Dural on your placing. Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Equestrian Showcase, 12 years and under 15 years, and our winner, Coal Beach Hollies Diamond.
Well, rider on course at the moment, it is Russell Johnson from Whittlesea in Victoria. Olympian at the 1996 Atlanta Olympics. And this is the McCann family nomination. Oh, back rail dropped out of the Oxa. What a shame. Was clear to there. Just the one rail down. 70.28. 4 jumping penalties. No time penalties. A total of 4 for Russell Johnson and DAPRICE. So the rails, they weigh no more than 20 kilos, 15 to 20 kilos each and every one of those rails. And the back rail of any of our fences is on a breakaway cup. You can see our ring crew actually picking the cups up from the ground. So DAPRICE's back legs just touching that back rail, and it didn't roll out of the cups. The cups actually gave way and it fell to the ground. Well, next out into the arena, we welcome the next of our riders, Ali Lamb. Ali riding Diamond B Corsica. She was 10th here yesterday and in 7th place on the first day of competition. Part 1 only has 14 competitors here today. But what a very strong field of horses it is indeed. Diamond B Corsica, bred by Helen Chugg and Diamond B Stud, side by ASB Conquistador, owned and ridden by our Victorian friend from Denison, just outside of Sale in East Gippsland, and dairy farmers by day, show jumpers by weekend. Andrew and Ali Lamb, and in the saddle we have Ali. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, that is our first clear round, safely over the last. 75-7, 75-7. No jumping penalties, no time penalties, and all clear for Ali Lamb and Diamond B Corsica. That is what we wanted to see. We saw 5 of them yesterday. Can we get 5 today? It's a tough track out there. A little bit smaller arena than when we jumped in here yesterday. Just to fit all of our other events in that we are running here today. As we now welcome out from the North Island in New Zealand, just outside of Auckland, it's Lily Tootill, and she's riding the New Zealand bred and New Zealand produced ULYSSES NZPH, owned by Lily Tootill. Of course, Lily no stranger to Australia. We have seen her here a little over 12 months ago when she came out to represent New Zealand in a couple of the Trans-Tasman competitions. And Australia reciprocated, going over to New Zealand for their Horse of the Year show this year. Lily back now, and she's out here for about a month or so. So, the skill of the show jumper is to try and get their horse to the takeoff point. Now the horse doesn't get to walk the course. The rider comes out, walks all the distances, checks the spacing between our related lines and our combinations. The horse's job, or the skill of the horse, is to jump the jump. And if you put it in numbers in a pyramid sense, there's lots of horses that can jump 90 to a metre. Once you get to a metre 20, we start to see less horses with that ability. Metre 30, metre 40. By the time we get to a metre 50 to a metre 60, there are very few horses that have the ability to be able to jump at that height consistently. Of course, it takes not months but years to produce a horse through to this level of competition. Lily Tootill comes down to the final fence carrying the 8 jumping penalties. No problem at the Sydney Royal Easter Show wall. 78.29, 78.29. Time allowed 78 seconds. 8 jumping penalties, 1 time penalty, a total of 9. So Lily exceeded the time allowed of 78 seconds by 0.29 of a second. But that's all it takes. One time penalty. No jumping penalties. So 8 jumping penalties, a total of 9. As we now welcome out. He finished here in second place in yesterday's competition in a sensational jump off. It is the one, the only, Chris Chugg.
Well, if you look around the grounds now, you can see that we're watching at ring 2 in front of the members' stand. Another of our thoroughbred classes. This is the mare class, 4 years and over 16 hands to be led. It's being judged by Lizzie Jelfs. Well, over in front of the Sinclair stand, we're watching class 529. 529, the Charles Galloway class, with the child rider 9 years and under 17 years with Ms. Robbie McKinnon.
So Chris is underway. He has got an amazing team of horses. He always seems to be able to do this. He has a team, takes them overseas. He sells a number of horses. He comes back with a new team, produces them here in Australia. He always says Sydney Show is one of the shows that emulates shows anywhere in the world for the prestige, for the atmosphere for the horses, and it's a show that he puts on his radar every year, and he spends 12 to 18 months prepping horses so that they can come out here and be on their A game. So we need at least one more clear round to force a jump off. 2 fences left to go for Chris. Oh, no one likes to see that. Oh, that just makes your heart miss a beat. But Ditto and Chris, they came round the corner. Chris saw a forward one. Ditto didn't see it. And unfortunately, horse and rider parted company. They both look to be okay. We'll just make sure he'll check this horse over. He'll flip his stirrups up. He'll loosen the girth. And he who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. But that was not what we wanted to see. But he looks okay. More importantly, he was straight on his feet. He wanted to check that his horse was okay. Gives him a pat and says, sorry there, buddy. That wasn't what we wanted to see.
Well, over in front of the Cumberland stand, we're currently watching the Equestrian Showcase, 15 years and under 17 years. Miss Julie Butler and Mrs. Helen Page are judges there. And you can see them all lined up beautifully now under the big screen. These are our working hunters over 12.2 and not exceeding 14 hands. We'll have those results to you in just a moment.
Well, as those results come through, we welcome the next of our riders out into the arena. From here in Sydney, it is Kate Hinschen, born and bred in Mackay in far north Queensland. Now trains with George Sanner, and she is riding Chironic, Dominant, Visage. So Kate Hinchen, our rider on course at the moment. Chironic, Dominant, Visage. Oh, rattled the back rail of the second of the combinations. Still clear at this stage. Come on, Kate. One fence left to go. Keep an eye on the time, 78 seconds time allowed. She's getting a little caught up here. Has she done enough on the clock? Yes, she has. We have a jump off. That's our second clear round. No jumping penalties, no time penalties. The grin on that young lady's face says it all. She knows she's booked a spot into the jump off round. It's the girls all the way today. Kate HINSCHEN, CHIRONIC, Dominant Visage. Here's our second clear round. Her and Ali Lamb will be back for the jump off round. Well, next out into the arena, we welcome now Stuart Jenkins. A catch ride for Stuart. His wife had entered on this horse. She got here day one of the show. She rode Mia, as she's known around the stables, RSB JACANA. She said, I just don't feel quite confident. The reason being, very excited that Stewie and Becky are expecting their second child later this year. And Becky deciding that where she is in the pregnancy, that she will leave the show jumping now to her husband. And so Stuart, catch ride on this lovely mare. RSB JACANA, nominated by Stewie and Becky Jenkins, and now being ridden by Stuart Jenkins.
Well, bringing you the results now in front of the big screen. You can see the first of our place getters moving forward. This is catalogue number 1501, Birdwood Bonanza. Congratulations on your win today, Sheridan Gallagher of Menangle Park, the exhibitor. In second place, catalogue number 1649, Bambara Lady Jody. Congratulations to the Coddington family of Dubbo and the Johnson and McNeil families. In third place, catalogue 1010, Superior EA and Alexis Adams of Loxford. In fourth place, catalogue 1835, Leanne, Danny and Jade McCusker's nomination of Westwood Regal Cast. In fifth place, catalogue number 1703, Bolligamy Pinpoint, exhibited here by Virginia Kennedy. And in sixth place, 1765, Western Park Carlo. Congratulations to Ebony Lee of Whittlesea. There we have it, the winner of our Working Hunter over 12.2. It's catalogue number 1501, Birdwood Bonanza.
Safely over the last for Stuart Jenkins, 76.44, 8 jumping penalties, no time penalties, a total of 8 for RSB JACANA and Becky Jenkins. And Stuart Jenkins' nomination with Stuart in the saddle. Well, he had a win here day number 1. It's a little bit down the leaderboard yesterday. This is Tom McDermott, and he is riding the beautiful mare, Diamond. I love Tom when I interviewed him with his other horse, Elegance de la Chamille, and he said, I'm just so privileged that Mum and Dad, my owners, let me ride this horse. And I said to him, do you think Mum and Dad would let anyone else ride them? I don't think they would. They've been wonderful supporters of Tom over many years. They sold their property in Wagga and moved up here to Sydney to have Tom closer to a lot of the action. Tom, you wouldn't know it, but actually he had a bad buster the other day. He and his partner Gordon have a lot of racehorses. They pre-train and break in. And he's riding with some suspected broken ribs. But Tom, the true competitor, is out here competing, and he is one of the toughest in the business. Tom McDermott and Diamond.
Well, in front of the members stand now, Class 411 results are in thoroughbred mare 4 years and over 16 hands to be led. Congratulations, catalogue 1653. It's the Jones family's nomination of Brooksfield Twilight Scandals. In second place, catalogue 1136, Undermined. Congratulations to Clint Bilson of Bairnsdale, Victoria. And in third place, catalogue number 2172, Ruby Rose, exhibited here by Michaela Scott of Wyong.
Rebecca Brown. Just the one rail down, 4 jumping penalties, no time penalties, a total of 4 for Tom McDermott and Diamond. No jumping penalties, no time penalties. A total of 4. So this competition we are running is the Jim Barnes Memorial Perpetual Trophy. And the winner of this class will be rewarded the Jim Barnes Perpetual Trophy. The 18th Century Silver Quaffling Cup will be presented today, donated by the family and friends of the late Mr. Jim Barnes, who received an AM in the Order of Australia in 1991 for services to show jumping and horsemanship, and first presented in 2006. Awarded to the owner of the winning horse in class number 858, and Mr. Jim Barnes, or James AM, was an RAS councillor from 51 to 1967, the vice president here from 67 until 1988, and the honorary vice president from 88 to 2003. This class was won by Clem Smith and Guru in 2017, Vicky Roycroft and Congo Z in 16, Diamond B Vixen, Sam Buchanan in 2015, and Billy Raymond and Stardom in 2014. Tom McDermott won it with Carol Mason's and McDermott's family's nomination of Rolex. Rider on course at the moment, Clint Beresford, Emmaville Jitterbug. 1 fence left to go. He's all clear at this stage. Come on, Clint. Safely on the last. That's our 3rd clear round. No jumping penalties, no time penalties, and all clear for the boy from Bega on the south coast of New South Wales, farrier by trade, Clint Beresford and Emmaville Jitterbug. Well, next out into the arena, we now welcome Stephen Hill. Had a win here on yesterday's competition. It was electric out here in the Group A Section 1 competition to finish in 1st place. And it is great to welcome Stephen Hill. YALAMBI'S Bellini Star, or Belle as she's known around the stables, by ASB Conquistador, bred by Rory Hovell from YALAMBI'S Stud in Western Australia. Has a beautiful property on the Margaret River. In the Margaret River, I should say, the wine country of Western Australia. And Stephen Hill and his wife Amanda and their 3 children travel extensively around the show jumping circuit. It's nice to see that the girls are starting to show jump. Lovely when you see that next generation coming through. You watch Stephen go and warm the girls up as they go and can around the 60, 70 centimetre. Interesting. Probably the simplest fence on the course. A plain green rails. And Bellini Star just had a little look. Got a bit distracted maybe by the fences coming up after that. And has a disobedience. So she'll get 4 jumping penalties for that. Stephen relatively quick back to that fence. But now he knows he's against the clock as well. If he exceeds the time allowed of 78 seconds, then he goes over the time allowed. He will get time penalties for that as well. One fence left to go, just carrying the 4 jumping penalties. Comes down to the final fence, safely over the last. He'll be disappointed with that. 4 jumping penalties, 1 time penalty, a total of 5. 80.72, 80.72. So he won't be back for the jump-off round for YALAMBI'S Bellini Star and Stephen Hill. Well, they had a fairy tale wedding here last year in December. We welcome out now number 11 in the draw, Tallara Cameron, riding COPABELLA VERDI.
Hello.
Hey, mate.
Well, over in front of the Sinclair stand in Ring 1, you're watching our Charles Galloway class to be ridden by a child rider, 9 years and under 17 years. It's being judged by Ms. Robbie McKinnon. you make your way along the arena in a clockwise fashion, you'll see that we're waiting on the next of our thoroughbred classes to come in, class 413. We'll have our competitors in the gelding class there, 4 years and over 16 hands, to be led in front of the members' stand. Our working hunters are just underneath the big screen there, not exceeding 12.2. That's being judged by Ms. Shelley Kelly. And then heading over to the Cumberland stand. They're judging class 770 at the moment. The Equestrian Showcase boy and girl riders, 15 years and under 17 years.
COPABELLA VERDI and TALLARA Cameron, 8 jumping penalties. No time penalties, a total of 8. 75-40, 75-40. 8 jumping penalties, no time penalties, a total of 8. Well, can we make it the battle of husband and wife? Girls versus boys. We have Andrew Lamb now making his way out to centre stage. His wife, the gorgeous Ali's jumped a clear round already. Can Andrew add his name to the list? CP Argento, Andrew Lamb. Next of our combinations to go. All clear as he comes down to the final fence. CP Argento, Andrew Lamb, safely over the last. Time is right. That is our 4th clear round. No jumping penalties, no time penalties, and all clear. As the noise sets some of our lovely thoroughbreds a little excited as they make their way onto the track for the next of our classes. But a lovely clear round as we welcome out now the next of our riders. And this is Brooke Langbecker riding Quintago 1.
You're right, Tim. There are thoroughbreds coming in now. Geldings, 4 years and over 16 hands.
Of course, it's always lovely to see our thoroughbreds in their life after racing. Of course, the show movement is a wonderful rehoming part, and racing and the show horse industry work so well hand in hand together. And you see some superstars from the racetrack here, but you also see, Lindsay, some that were just never born to run.
No. That's right, but doesn't mean they're not born to show.
That is right. So, they always have a purpose, and some of the worst racehorses make the best show jumpers and dressage and show horses. Well, Brooke Langbecker, she represented Australia just 2 weeks ago at the Horse of the Year show, where they absolutely annihilated the Kiwi team. Came home victorious with not 1, 2, but 3 hands firmly on to the Trans-Tasman Cup. And Brooke Langbecker certainly did Australia and herself proud over there in New Zealand, riding this beautiful stallion, Quintago 1. Quinny, as he's known around the stables, is by Quadam de Revel, and started its career with Tom McDermott, purchased by Brooke Langbecker. Not that Tom didn't do a good job on this horse. He did an amazing job producing it. But this combination have just come together and really had a great synopsis as a pair.
Bringing you the results now of Class 770, the Equestrian Showcase Boy and Girl Rider, 15 years and under 17 years. Congratulations to catalogue number 2588 Nangara Simply Red and Phoebe O'Connell exhibiting here from Berrima.
Well, just watch this show jumper because she's all clear as she comes down to the final fence. Is this clear round number 5? It is not quite there. 78.51 of a second over the time allowed, so 1 time penalty.
In second place in Class 770, the Equestrian Showcase Boy or Girl Rider, 15 years and under 17 years in front of the Cumberland stand. Congratulations in second place, 2430 Exotic, exhibited here by Isabella Bold of Victoria. And in third place, catalogue 2544 Never Tire, Just Dane. Congratulations, Sienna Knowles of Empire Bay.
What a great name for a horse, Never Tire, Just Dane. I like that. Well, final horse to go. So Brooke Langbecker currently sitting in 5th place. Gee, that's tough, isn't it? Just half a second over the time allowed, and she's not invited back for the jump off.
And just a beautiful clean round otherwise.
I know. Brookie's one of my mates, so we always get excited when she jumps it clear, but not to be today. Bridget Berry, next of our riders to go. Bridget and her husband Jono had a beautiful wedding in Hawke's Bay in New Zealand. I was talking to Jono the other day and I said, Jono, just amazing photos, beautiful wedding. And he said, yeah, a lot of the HINSCHEN family. I said, oh, it's not a bad day. It's normal. They live on the most beautiful property at Ocean Beach on the east coast of New Zealand. And that's where this horse was born and raised. This is Toulon NZPH, bred by New Zealand Performance Horses and Walker and Juliet Hansen, along with their daughter Bridget, and their team in New Zealand have produced some amazing horses. And Birdie Berry, former Kiwi, now Aussie, like Russell Crowe, Keith Urban, and any of our others. Someone told me the other day that Channel 9, who are a partner of ours, Richard Wilkins, on the Today Show, he's a Kiwi too. But we call him an Aussie these days as well. Most of the time, unless he's annoying us on the Today Show, which never happens, of course. We love Channel 9, wonderful supporters of us here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. Stops the clock, 75.00, 75.00. So 2 rails down, 8 jumping penalties, no time penalties, a total of 8. So we have 4 horses and riders back for the jump-off. It will be Ali Lamb, Diamond B Corsica, Kate HINSCHEN, CHIRONIC Dominant Visage, Clint Beresford, Emmaville Jitterbug, Andrew Lamb and CP Argento. 5th place will be Brooke Langbecker and Quintago 1.
Well, bringing you the results now in front of the Martin and Angus stand and the Sinclair stand of Class 529. Charles Galloway to be ridden by a child 9 years and under 17 years. Congratulations, catalogue 1197. It's Jamie Brugman's nomination of Rosedale Spring Carnival all the way from Mount Barker in South Australia. In second place, catalogue 1626, Burnbrae Park Talisman. Congratulations, Taylor Hutchinson of Rouse Hill. In third place, catalogue 1109, Montecito Park Royal Flush and the Benton and Benton Hall families of Canberra. In fourth place, catalogue 2148, Belval Charisma. Congratulations to Royal Woodstud, Brestwidge, the Bennett and Hardiman families, all out at East Currajong. In fifth place, it's Melissa Ovens' nomination, catalogue 1964 of Laser Encore. And in sixth place, 1700, Chippenham Zulu. Congratulations to Michelle Kelly of Scone.
So we have the 4 clear rounds in this stage of the competition. And they are all competing for the Jim Barnes Memorial Perpetual Trophy, donated by the family and friends of the late Mr. Jim Barnes. James, of course, officially, but Jim, as he is known for many years, received an AM in the Order of Australia in 1991 for services to the sport of show jumping and horsemanship, and first presented in 2006. Awarded for the owner of the winning horse in this class here today, a jump-off competition. And there's been some amazing horses that have won this class in previous years. We go back for the first year that it was presented, of course, back in 2006.
That's right. Back then, the first winner, Mr. Burns, exhibited here by the Brown and Chapman families.
Yeah, Greg and Kathy Chapman, of course. Mr. Burns, who went on to compete at the World Cup final, I think in 2004. A very, very talented thoroughbred, in fact.
The next year was the McMahon's nomination of Calora Stud Grace.
KS Genoa, of course. That horse went on to win, compete at the Beijing Olympics in 2008, KS Genoa. And Peter and Michelle Lang McMahon, based up there in southeast Queensland at Calora Stud, and they now run or involved in running the richest show jumping event in Australia. $350,000 total prize money on offer beginning of May this year up there at Canungra.
The following year was Michelle Barrera and the Diamond B Farm nomination of Alondra.
Yeah, and Alondra now standing down at stud as a mare and producing some amazing horses for Melissa Frosch.
Kerry and Jamie Winning took it out in 2009 with Yandu Bangelo.
Yeah, and great John and Kerry Winning. Boy, they've been wonderful supporters of us in the sport of show jumping, running some amazing events. And Kerry and John, both workers, they get in and sink their teeth into anything they do, and we're so lucky to have them supporting the sport.
Well, back in 2010, Billy Raymond came out here with a New Zealand Performance Horses nomination of Levitation.
Levitation NZPH. It's now with Anthony Thomas and actually competing in eventing. But Billy Raymond, not here this year, but he's actually set for the World Cup final on Oaks Redwood. He'd nominated for Sydney Royal, but he went to Hong Kong, where he finished in some placings. He actually jumped an amazing 4-fault round in the 5-star Grand Prix at the Hermes show in Paris just the other week, and now going on to the World Cup final, which starts on the 10th of April.
In 2011, it was Rebecca and Sarah Allen and Debbie Warren's nomination of RSB JACANA.
Yeah, well, we saw that horse in this class today, and so that's all the way back in 2011 and still competing at this level here today. A little bit unlucky with Stewie, just having a couple of rails down.
You wouldn't believe it, in 2008 when Alondra won, came back, 6 years later, 2012, well, 4 years later, 2012, and did it all over again.
You always said you weren't that good at maths. No. That was the year Chris Chugg rode Alondra, and boy, did they have a great round that day. I remember that class. It was so exciting.
The following year, the McDermott family and Mrs. Carol Mason put in Rolex in 2013.
CP Rolex, he was a horse imported to Australia by the Barrera family and ridden by, sorry, not the Barrera, I'll think of it in a moment. I've just had a Blinkworth family, and Emily Blinkworth sold to Tom, and Tom went on to absolutely clean up World Cups, State Championships, Australian Championships, and Carol Mason, a wonderful supporter. She now has a lot of horses with Alison Rowland.
Well, after winning in 2010 on Levitation, Billy Raymond came back in 2014 and took home the Jim Barnes Memorial Perpetual Trophy again, but this time on Stardom.
That year there'll be a photo that many people remember Jenny Shepherd got, where Stardom actually put his front legs between the front and back rail of an oxer, managed to get them out of the way and jump. And in fact, we see our thoroughbreds there. Stardom is a thoroughbred by Grosvenor, and he has been a superstar horse.
In 2015, so only 3 years ago, was Sam Buchanan, who came out here on Diamond B Vixen.
Yeah, and that horse bred by Diamond B Stud, and actually Sam had his engagement party here at the show the other night. Him and pretty sure it's Tyler Harris, one of the Harris girls anyway. They're getting married, and very exciting to see Sam, a farrier, who's based up in northern New South Wales.
That's the impact of the show movement, isn't it? People say, well, we're going there, we'll be competing, we'll have our engagement party there as well.
They did it here because they knew all the show jumpers. Everyone was here for the show jumpings. All Sam's friends were here, and all the show horse competitors, which the Harris girls compete in, all their friends were here as well. So that's why they did have it here at the show.
Well, 2 years ago, Roycroft Stables put in Congo Z, and they came up trumps.
Yeah, they did. And Yandu Congo Z was purchased from John and Kerry Winning, and Vicky Roycroft took Congo Z, or Bonk as he's known around the stables, through to World Cup level again after Jamie had done that, and has had a lot of success.
And our most recent winner was Clem Smith.
Yeah, shame Clem's not here this year. Of course, he and Charlene and Jessie Smith have been wonderful supporters of this show, but couldn't quite get here this year. I think the preparation for them up there in Gatton in southeast Queensland has been very wet, so they haven't been able to get to here. And they scratched at the last minute. But I know they'll be watching on intently. And an amazing lineup of horses. Can't believe I remember something about all those horses, Lindsay Douglas.
Yeah, that's seriously impressive, Tim Draverman. We're being live streamed here as part of the show jumping, but if you are on the grounds, I'll walk you through the classes that are being judged right now. Well, Ms. Shelley Kelly is busy judging Class 613 under the big screen. And that's our working hunter class, not exceeding 12.2. They're jumping jumps this time of 45 centimetres, a little smaller than the show jump we're watching here, Tim Draverman. But they do need to display to the judge, Shelley Kelly, that they can, in fact, jump as well as demonstrate all of those breedy attributes of the working hunter. Shelley Kelly, of course, a show jumper herself, has won the Grand Prix here on a horse called Dylan. Her husband, John Kelly, also won the Grand Prix. And both of those horses that won the Grand Prix with the Kellys were owned by the late Colin Kelly, who was a green coat at Sydney Royal for many, many years. Well, in front of the members' stand, our thoroughbred classes are being judged. And Lizzie Jelfs from Sky TV, you usually see her in the mounting yard identifying the best of the horses there about to race. Well, here she is, choosing the best of our thoroughbred geldings, 4 years and over 16 hands to be led. And out the back towards the Sinclair stand, just get the binoculars out to double check that it is in fact our championship class. It is too. We're judging the Australian champion Galloway. So that will be a class that a lot of people will be particularly interested in. Ms. Robbie McKinnon officiating over there. Well, it's only at just 11:17 a.m. and I've just been made aware that already 51,000 people have made their way into today's show.
Well, I'll be darned.
I'm glad to be in here in Spotless Stadium.
Yeah, what a lovely spot it is. So if you're looking for somewhere to rest and recoup, come and hang out with us. We'd love to see you. Well, we get back into the show jumping now. First horse on course in the jump off course. 9A, 10, 11, 4A, 4B, 5, 7, 14 and 1. The winner of the class with a horse rider combination with the least number of penalties and the quickest time. And this first combination, Ali Lamb riding Diamond B Corsica, is on course. And every player gets a prize. So we know the fifth place will be Brooke Langbecker, so they'll all get a ribbon. Who's going to get the blue one, though? Hey, look at this. Ali not mucking around. Railed down at the back of the combination, but great inside turn. Back to fence number 5. Long run down now to the horsepower fence, one of our sponsors here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. Comes down on the angle across the second last. Comes down to the final fence now, gets the inside turn, back to the final fence, cross the finish line. 49.83, 49.83 and 4. That will put her currently into first place. 49.83 and 4 jumping penalties for Ali Lamb and Diamond B Corsica. Well, next out into the arena, we welcome number 6 in the draw. This is Kate HINSCHEN. And Kate is riding CHIRONIC, dominant VISAGE. CD VISAGE and Kate. They won a class in New Zealand when they went over last year to an invitational and part of the Equitana series in Auckland for the inaugural Equitana. They're second in the World Cup qualifier at Tamworth World Cup last year. Certainly no stranger to the big time, big money. Now, if she can jump clear under the time allowed of 64 seconds, she'll automatically take the lead. Rail down, she needs to be quicker than 49.83. Is this our first double clear round? Into the combination, plays it safe, goes around the back to fence number 5, but clear. So if we have a, now though, rail down, she now needs to be quicker than 49.83. Ali Lamb kept the ball rolling. One fence left to go. Not going to beat her on the time. Comes down to the final fence, sets up. A late rail, 8 jumping penalties, 56.54, 56.54 and 8 for Kate HINSCHEN and CHIRONIC dominant VISAGE. Welcome out now, second last competitor to go. And this will be Clint Beresford and Emmaville Jitterbug. Emmaville Jitterbug, Jason as he's known around the stables. Very strong combination. Second in the Olympic Cup at the Horse of the Year show in New Zealand. Winner of the Silver Fern and the Trans-Tasman competition in the teams event and individually. And would have had to have been one of the most successful horse rider combinations at the Horse of the Year show. I was talking to Clint the other day. He said the horse feels so much fitter this year. They've taken the time, spent 12 months just regaining his strength. Got him back here. Jason as he's known around the stables. You watch this little horse. He loves his job. He is back listening to his rider saying, don't worry, Clint. We've got this. Nice turn back to the Oxer. Clint not mucking around. Gets inside here to the combination. He wants to put the pressure on the final rider in Andrew Lamb. He knows how quick Andrew can be. Interesting though, he went around the back to 5. Is it quicker or is it slower? He's on the pace now. He's all clear as well. Oh, he rattled the second, third last fence. Now, a judge doesn't judge style or form or presentation, just whether they jump it cleanly or not. One fence left to go. Clint Beresford turns to the final fence, all clear at this stage. Safely over the last, new leader. That's a clear round. 53.41, 53.41. His time is slower than Ali Lamb, but he has the score on the board of 0. So we always use penalties before time. But that's interesting because Andrew Lamb knows Ali, knows that horse. So he'll know exactly how quick she has gone. And we know that his time can be beaten. All right, Andrew comes down. So first and foremost, to win the class, he must jump clear. And this horse is unorthodox, isn't he, as he goes? He's got that interesting canter. I don't think anyone would disagree with me there. But he gets the job done. He really does. And many horses you see, you go, gee, I'd love to ride that horse. I think, Andrew Lamb, you are a superstar for riding this horse. He does an amazing job. But he gets the job done. Oh, how did he get over fence number 5 then? He might be just fractionally up on Clint. 2 fences left to go. Time to beat 53.41. He's going to have to dare him to the last 2 fences. He does that. He gets the inside turn. If he can jump this clear, I think he'll be the winner. He sets up safely over the last. There's the winner of the class, 49.50. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys at the Spotless Stadium, put your hands together one more time. Andrew Lamb, what a win. Congratulations. What a ride. He wins the class, 49.50, and all clear to take out first place in the Jim Barnes Memorial Perpetual Trophy. Well, the official results come in, and congratulations to the winner, Andrew Lamb and CP Argento. Second place, congratulations to Emmaville Jitterbug and Clint Beresford. Third place going to Ali Lamb and the lovely Diamond B Corsica. And fourth place going to Kate HINSCHEN, CHIRONIC Dominant Visage. And fifth place, QUINTAGO 1 and Brooke LANGBECKER.
Well, competitors in Class 539 making their way into Spotless Stadium now. They're exhibitors in the novice pony class over 13.2, not exceeding 14 hands, to be judged by Miss Julie Butler. Our thoroughbred geldings are being lined up at the moment. Class 413, 4 years and over 16 hands. It's being judged by Ms. Lizzie Jeffs. Lizzie Jeffs from Sky Racing, putting the blue ribbon on now, and we have those results. We'll bring them to you shortly. Our novice pony class in front of the Cumberland stand has just commenced. And they're just going on the circle now. I can bring you the results of Class 413 now. Our thoroughbred gelding, Class 4 years and over 16 hands. Congratulations. Catalogue 1521, Heartbreaker. It's Stephen Gladstone's nomination. In second place, catalogue 1066, James Athanasov's nomination of Shivers. In third place, catalogue 1075, Entourage WHB, brought here by B&C Equine, W Coyle and H Morris of Victoria. In fourth place, catalogue 1828, it's an octagonal Bogart by Lisa McCann, exhibited here from Victoria. In fifth place, catalogue 2254, Team J Show Horses. It's their nomination of Flume. And in sixth place, catalogue 2392, JFK. JFK by Rock of Gibraltar. And we had an octagonal in there as well, taking fourth place, Bogart. And our winner, Heartbreaker, by Bertolini, and out of the French mare Space Time.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we turn our attention now down here to the presentation of the show jumping, and we have Mr. James Barnes to present the trophy, the Perpetual Trophy, the Jim Barnes Memorial Perpetual Trophy. But ladies and gentlemen, please join in congratulating the winner of our Group A Section 1 class at number 858, the Jim Barnes Memorial Perpetual Trophy, going to Andrew Lamb and CP Argento. Second place, congratulations to Clint Beresford and Emmaville Jitterbug. Third place going to Ali Lamb and Diamond B Corsica. Fourth place to Kate HINSCHEN, CHIRONIC, Dominant Visage. And fifth place going to Brooke, LANGBECKER and QUINTAGO 1. And this beautiful trophy being presented down here, of course, in memory of Mr. Jim Barnes. And Mr. Jim Barnes, a long-time supporter of the Sydney Royal Easter Show. And we have James Barnes down here to make the presentation on behalf of the family. Well, while we have James making the presentation, Andrew Lamb, a super jump off. Part 1 has been uber tough, hasn't it? Great win today. You must be happy with this horse.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. Yeah, we are very happy with this horse. Coming a little bit underdone, I suppose. You know, many shows leading up to it, and it's taken a little bit to find his feet. So, no, very happy. Just like to thank all the other competitors and the Sydney Ag Society for what they do for us. And yeah, thank you.
Mate, he's not the most orthodox going horse. Does he give you a bit of a funny feeling with that canter that he gets, or are you sort of used to how he goes?
Oh, we've been jumping a little while together now, so it's sort of, I do find it quite all right. So yeah, a few people do say that, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our winner. While they grab the photos, we'll come in here and talk to the runner-up, Clint Beresford. Firstly, congratulations on a very successful tour of New Zealand, mate. You certainly did yourself and Australia proud over there. Must have felt good going over and stealing all that money from the Kiwis.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. Absolutely. The little horse jumped super over there. It was a good lead-up for this show, and he's jumped super here each day, so hopefully we can just get better and better. Well done to Andrew and all the other competitors.
Interesting for the horses. You don't put them on a boat. They actually get on a plane. They go in a stable. How does he find travelling on the plane to New Zealand, to Auckland, and then back here to Australia? Does he like his flights?
Yeah, he's taken it all in his stride. We went over 2 years ago and did the same trip, and he handled it really well. He's quite fit and used to travelling, so yeah, he's come into this show feeling really well.
And mate, part 1 competition, it's very, very tough. Just to be in the lineup is a great resolve.
Yeah, it's always tough here at Sydney, and yeah, it's always great to be in the lineup. And yeah, again, well done to Andrew for the win.
Well, congratulations, our well-travelled, well-performed Group A Section 1 horses here. We're just getting the final of those photos with Mr. James Barnes down here for the Jim Barnes Memorial Perpetual Trophy. And of course, James, one of our vets here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. Well, we'll cross back to the broadcast box for the next of our results.
Bringing you the results now in front of the big screen of our working hunter class, not exceeding 12.2, class 613. Congratulations, catalogue 1262, Kenda Park Rising Star, exhibited here by Lani Cleary of Goulburn. In second place, catalogue 1930, Eagle Park Wannabe, nominated by Jet Newman of Glassodia. In third place,